What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a bait analysis of Kelley Wigglers. So Kelley Wigglers is a saltwater bait brand that makes a couple different kinds of styles of lures. And I reached out to a guy a couple of days ago who is a charter guide in South Texas. And I talked to him about sending me some baits to try in one of these videos, and he was happy with it. So I actually ordered some of my own. I ordered 4 packs. And they were nice enough, they sent me a couple extra packs, and they sent me things that have not been released yet. So stay tuned if you want to see those. So KWigglers, also known as Kelley Wigglers, makes a couple different bodies of baits. First we have the Wiggle-O. This is like a big swim bait. It's 5 inches long, I believe. Here we have the ball tail shad. This is also, I think, 5 inches, or maybe, yeah, that looks like 5 inches. It's long and skinny, and it's got a ball at the end of it. And then they have the willowtail shad, which is, it's the same as the Wiggle-O's, but it has a flat, kind of willowed out tail like that. Then they have the junior ball-tail shad, which, as you could imagine, is a smaller version of the ball-tail shad. These are, I believe, 4 inches, maybe 3.5. And next, this is one they haven't released yet. They were releasing them in about a month or so. It's the Wiggle-O Juniors. So, it's a smaller version of the Wiggle-O. I believe this is also 3.5 or 4 inches, as well as the baits. They also sent me some stickers, which is real nice, and also some jig heads from Naughty Hookers, which is, I believe, their terminal company. So there's some 3/8 or 1/8 ounce jig heads right there, and then here's like a little spinnerbait thing. So thank you so much to Kelley Wigglers for sending me all this stuff. Now I'm gonna put my GoPro in the pool, and I'm gonna test them in the pool. I'm gonna show you all the ones I have. I'm gonna show you the Wiggle-O, the ball tail, the willowtail, and then I'm going to show you the Wiggle-O Junior at the end. This test, I'm going to be using a 1/4 ounce jig head. We'll be starting out with the Wiggle-O. Alrighty, so here we go, starting off with a straight retrieve. As you can see, that tail moves very differently than any other kind of bait. It kind of goes upwards, and it twists quite a bit. And I believe they're called Kelley Wigglers because of the way the body wiggles around through the water. As you can see, that belly's going from side to side and looks really good. On the fall, these things also look really great. As you can see, that tail's moving quite a bit, even whenever I'm jerking it. Definitely looks like a wounded bait shad or something. What I really like about these is they swim really nice whenever they're falling, and also whenever you're pulling it in, the body likes to twist around like that, and it makes it look like an injured bait shad. Especially with that white body. I believe this color is called Mansfield Margarita. So that looks really great whenever it's like rotating through the water like that. It definitely does look like an injured bait fish or something. And that tail, whenever you're pulling it along, that tail moves along really good. So I think these look great. Alrighty, now I got the ball tail shad. So I'm going to throw this in the water. I think it's going to be doing pretty good. It looks, it's got a lot of action on it. So for this one, I would definitely do more like a pop and drop. I would jerk it a couple times, then let it sit and reel it. This one, the way I position the camera, I tried to just jig it around in front of it. That tail moves a lot to the side whenever you jerk it, and whenever it's falling, it kind of likes to do flips, which looks pretty cool. And that tail, every time you move it, likes to bend and go all over the place, which is good. This looked really good. That tail didn't move as much as I thought it would, which could be a good thing. I love the way it kind of flips around. It doesn't just drop straight down. Whenever you pop it, it'll do like a couple flips or something, and then it'll float to one of the sides or something like that. One thing I noticed is this is a lot lighter. If you feel the Wiggle-O's compared to this one, the Wiggle-O is really heavy. And so this one I think would be better if you used a 1/8 ounce jig head. Yeah, I would definitely recommend doing that. But I think these look great. Now I'm going to do the willowtails. Alrighty, here's the willowtail. So as you can see, it's got the same body as the Wiggle-O, but it's got that flat tail. I'm going to try it straight up and down, or like rigged how they want it to be. But also, just to see, and I'm going to have this on camera, I'm going to turn it sideways because I want to know what it would look like. because I think it would look pretty good if I did that. But it might look how I think it would look sideways as it does standing up, if that makes any sense, which probably doesn't. But I'm just going to put it in the water. So these look pretty cool. I like the way of the flow of it whenever it's falling. It kind of looks more, I guess you could say, elegant instead of more erratic. The tail kind of waves up and down, and it looks really cool. I think if you did this one weightless or with a much lighter jig head like a 1/8, I think this one would look really great because of you'd get more action in that tail, especially if you did it weightless. Even on a retrieve, it kind of moves its tail along, and it still looks pretty good. Not as good as the regular Wigglers, though. These looked really good. I love the way that tail moves. It did what I thought it would do whenever, like as far as I thought, putting it sideways. I didn't actually put it sideways because it did, like I said, what I thought it was going to do. And I love how the weight of the tail just makes the thing go crazy in the water. And even on a retrieve, it moves around a good bit. This I would definitely use on a 1/8 ounce or even weightless, because this thing, it does look good on the 1/4 ounce, don't get me wrong, but I think it would look a lot better on a 1/8 or a weightless, and you would just like pop it like you would on a fluke. But yeah, let's move on to the Wiggle Junior. Alright, here we go. This is their new bait. They haven't come out with it yet. I might be one of the first people to test this on a video. This is the Wiggle Junior. So it's the smaller version of the Wiggle. This is like 3.5 inch, I believe, compared. Here's the regular Wiggle, and here's the Wiggle Junior. So yeah, that's probably 4 inch. Yeah, it's got to be 4 inches, because these are 5 inches. Thank you so much to Kelley Wigglers for sending me these to try out. I'm super grateful for that. I'm going to put these in the water and see how they do. Get a first reactions video of this new bait. So obviously these things are going to look pretty much exactly like the Wiggle, but a little smaller. Something I realized is that these look a little better when you do a faster retrieve. And I've actually noticed that with a lot of smaller baits. The longer baits, it's probably just because the tail's longer and you can get more action. But if you pull it in faster, then it has more action than if you pulled it in slower. So these things also look really good. They look good on the 1/4 ounce, but I think I would also use a 1/8 on these. So in conclusion, if you're going to use the big Wigglers, use a 1/4 ounce. If you're going to use any of the other ones, I'd say use a 1/8 ounce. Unless with the big ball tail, I think you could probably get away with a 1/4 ounce on there and do pretty good. With anything, you know, just experiment with what works well with where you fish. But these work really good. Something I noticed compared to the bigger ones is they don't wiggle around, like wobble around in the water as much. Which looks different from the big ones, obviously. But that tail is just amazing. I love the way these things look. And something about all of their baits is they have a little joint in the tail right there. You can see it. And that gives them a lot. That's where a lot of their action comes from, I think, because it makes it not as stiff. Thank you so much to Kelley Wigglers for sending me all this stuff. If you want to check out their website, you can do that in the description and the comments. I'm not sponsored by these, by the way. They just sent me the stuff to try, and I actually bought most of the stuff that I tried today. But thank you so much to Kelley Wigglers for letting me see the Wiggle Juniors, and I think they're great guys. So you can't buy those yet, but in the next month or so, you should be able to buy them whenever they drop. But that'll do it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment what bait or lure company you want me to try in the next videos.
Like and subscribe.